Hello, my name is Bashar Masad from MKN Group. In this video, we will show you how to configure from scratch a new GrandStream UCM6100 system with two GrandStream phones. For more information about our company, in Canada you can visit lucidphone.com, and in the US you may visit itsvoiptime.com. Today I'm going to use UCM6104 and a GrandStream phone GXP2130 and another one GXP1625. Before I start, I get so many questions about the UCM6102, which is the only GrandStream PPX that comes with a router. All other GrandStream PPXs other than the 6102, just straightforward. You connect LAN 1 to your switch, to your router, you connect the phones to your network, and everything works fine. Now it's a little bit different with 6102, which I'm not going to use today, but I'm going to show you the two ways that you may connect the 6102. Initially, when you buy a 6102, it comes as a router. The network mode is as a router. So this is the way you connect it if you want to keep that mode. So here's your router or router modem, whatever. So you connect the cable between the WAN port of your PPX to any port, to the port on your router. Now the LAN port on the UCM, you take it to any switch, like just regular network switch or a PoE switch if you don't want to use power supplies with your phones. Then on the back of the phone, you just connect a cable, the Ethernet cable, between any port on your switch to the LAN on the back of your phone, LAN, and you have another PC port here. You can connect it to your PC, laptop, or actually another phone. You connect on this phone to the LAN again, so you can cascade actually as many phones as you want. Please note that if you use this method, the default IP address for your router will be, for your UCM, for the IPPX will be 192.168.2.1, and here they will start from .2.100, 101, unless you have, of course, other devices that will get those IP addresses. If you want to connect your PC to access the PPX, connect it to your switch here, and again the IP address will be 192.168.2.1. Now the second method to connect the PPX, which I really prefer, is to make your PPX, if you're using again the UCM6102, make it as a switch instead of a router, and then you just connect the WAN port to your switch, which is connected, of course, to your router. So here a switch or a PoE switch, you connect it to the WAN port here, and in this case you cannot use the PoE, PoE is not going to work, so you have to still connect this power adapter for the UCM. And then for your phone, same thing, you just connect the phone, you connect the cable between the switch to the LAN port of your phone, and that's it. And you can actually also, as I said, use the PC port. You can look at each phone as one port switch, so you can connect another device to it. So enough said about the 6102. Now let's go, how do we program our 6104? I just connected the LAN port of the 6104 to just a PoE switch in my case, because I have a PoE switch, and I connected two phones, as I mentioned, to the same PoE switch. Now the first thing to do, and this is the GrandStream website, I suggest to go and upgrade to the latest firmware version for your PPX. So I'm going to go to this page, and GrandStream for the UCM61 XX00 or XX series, they have released the 1.0925, which is the latest one. Amazing, like, lots of new features. So I will hit this link and then it's being downloaded. So I'll get back to you after the download is completed. Okay, I'm back. Download is completed, so I just click on the downloaded file. So here's the downloaded file. I click on it again, and that's what I need, actually, the bin file. So I'm just gonna copy and paste it on my desktop somewhere here. So now the file, as you see, is on my desktop. I'm gonna go back, and now I'm gonna open my browser if it's not opened, and I'm gonna go to the web interface of the UCM. Okay, so I've looked on the small LCD display on my PPX, and the IP address there is 192.168.1.32. That's the IP address that is displayed on the UCM6104 small LCD. So I hit that one. So now I'm using Chrome, my preferred browser. So this is like typical because it's not private. So hit advance and say proceed. Okay, so by default username is admin and password is admin. I highly recommend that you change that. You don't want to keep that because you'll be really open for hackers. Okay, so we're ready to upgrade the firmware. We go to maintenance and then we go to the upgrade, which is the first one selected by default, and then here local upgrade, and then we choose the file which is on my desktop, and it is this one. Where is that? The UCM here. Don't this one is like the VLC icon, but doesn't matter. So and then I hit upgrade. So it will start upgrading. I'll get back to you when the upgrade is finished. Okay, so after the upgrade we see this prompt, which means it's successfully upgraded, and it wants to restart the device. So I hit OK, and now device is rebooting. I'll get back to you when the booting is done. Okay, so the device has been rebooted and now we're back. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create extensions. For this training video, I'm going to create two extensions, extension 20 and extension 21. So I go to PPX. The first thing we see is the extension. So I can create them individually, or what I can do is actually create a batch of extensions. So here I can go here and say batch at zip extensions, because we want to do zip extensions. And then I don't want 1000, I said I want 20. So the moment I hit 20, see what's gonna happen now. It's gonna tell me that the range is right now is between 1000 and 6299. So I want to change that range. So it's gonna take me to internal options, general. I could have gone there before and just say, you know what, extensions are 20 to 25, small system, and I'm going to say provisioning extensions. I'm going to be 20 to 24, and pick extensions 25 to 25. I will explain that later in different video because here we have to finish everything within 30 minutes. So basically here the most important thing, and here say I want my extensions to be between range 20 to 25, and the auto provisioning extensions, which is the PBX is going to find them and auto provisioning them between 20 and 24, and then I hit save, and now apply changes. So I make sure that everything I've done has been applied. So now I go back to PPX and to extensions. Now I can hit create or batch add extensions, sub extensions, and I'm going to say 20. Here I only really need 2 for now, so I'm going to say no. Both extensions will have voicemail. Permissions internal is the lowest, so I'm going to go with national, and use random password. Also ring timeout per extension is 30 seconds. Skip voicemail password verification. That means when the extension calls the *97 or hit the envelope key on the phone, locally the system is not gonna ask for password. If you want the system to ask, you just uncheck this one. Keep this NAT. NAT helps if you have a remote extension, and I'm gonna keep everything for simplicity the same and hit create users. So now what's gonna happen is extensions 20 and 21 will be created, and that's it. So we can see that they are already created. So now after we have the extensions ready, we're going to link each extension to a phone. So the easiest way of doing that is go to 0 config, and here you go, the 2 phones are there. So I can see that the system found the GXP2130 phone, actually the MAC address, everything. The other one, it found it, which is the 1625, but it did not know what model yet. So let's go with this one, which is a little bit difficult than the other one. So we'll hit the edit, and we know that it's 1625, so we're going to tell that it is 1625. And surprise, 1625 is not found on the list. So okay, it looks like this is a new phone, so it's still not in our version. So what we're going to do is go here to model update, and then look for, here you go, 1625, download it. So as you see, it's going to take a few minutes. I'll get back to you when the downloading is completed. Oh, it's completed now. So let me go back here and see if it's already on the list of phones. And here you go, it's there. So it's like the GXP1625. So now as we are already here, we're gonna choose account 1 to be extension 21 and save. So what does that mean is we gave extension 21 to this phone, the GXP1625. Now for the GXP2130, I'm just gonna give account 1 extension 20, the only one left. Save, apply changes. It says it wants to send notify to the phone. Said yes please. So, and then here, even just to make sure that a notify was sent, we hit the notify button again to make sure, and give it a little bit, and we'll go to the phones and see if the phones, actually I can see that the 2130 already was provisioned with the extension. So if I go back to status, I'm going to see actually both of them now are provisioned, because I see like the green dot here. That means extension 20 and extension 21 are connected. Now let's do a quick test here. So I'm going to go to status and then to active calls, and I'm going from extension 21 to call extension 20, and let's see what's gonna happen. Yeah. So if you see here that extension 21 is calling 20, perfect, everything, at least extension wise, is working fine. So the next step will be how do I want to connect to the external world. So here we're going to talk about how to add a SIP trunk. MKN Group, with its 2 brands, Lucid Phone in Canada and its VoIP Time in US, provides with SIP trunking. We have the $45 US plan that provides you with 1 free DID and 10 concurrent calls, 10 channels, which is an amazing plan. So I already have one number already that I'm going to add as a SIP trunk. Okay, so next step will be to go and add a SIP trunk. So we go back to PPX, VoIP trunks, and it's going to be SIP trunk. It's going to be register peer. It means like, you just connect by your IP address. If you want to go with register, you have to provide username and password. So it's VoIP time, and the host name, which is the server. So our host name is voip.itsvoiptime.com, and username will be your phone number that was provided to you. So I'm gonna put this one here. So that's the same as authorization ID, and also the password. Copy, paste. So I'm gonna paste the password, save. Okay, so now we hit apply changes to make sure that changes are applied. So to check the status and see, like, if our trunk was registered, we go to status, and here you go, it's registered. Very easy, and now you're ready to go. But before we can make or receive calls, we have to create our inbound routes and outbound routes. So let's first create an inbound route and make it like really very simple, and then we can, like, start making more complicated inbound routes. So of course we have only one SIP trunk, so the rule will be for this one. So we created, and the ID pattern, that means which number was called. Either I can put the same number I have, or I can just, like, put the dot, that means everything. Privilege level, I'm gonna make it local. Make sure that the inbound route privilege level is lower than the extension privilege levels, or at least the same, so the extension can use it. Default destination, we're gonna make it extension 20. And that's it. Time condition, we're gonna come back to this. So this is the simplest way just to create an inbound route. I'm gonna hit save, okay, and apply changes. Okay, so now let's create our first outbound route. We're gonna create the outbound rule, and we're gonna call it it's VoIP time. No spaces, because they're not allowed. Okay, so what pattern? Pattern means, like, when you want to call. Usually this is what I do and find it the easiest way. So usually people either dial 10 digits or 11 digits. So I put 10 X's, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then I put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and I put 911. Of course, just make people capable of calling 911. No password, no limitation. So privilege level, like, what privilege you should have in order to be able to use this rule. So I'm gonna put local, that means local or higher. Of course, SIP trunk is, it's VoIP time, and then hit save. That's like the simplest way of doing it. So we're gonna hit apply changes. And now we are ready to make our first outgoing call. So I'm going to go to status, active calls. So I'm going now to the 2130. I'm going to call the Lucid phone main number. So I'm gonna dial 416-639-1599 and dial.
Thank you for calling MKN Group. If you know your party's extension, please dial it at any time.
So that's the IVR.
Our office is now closed. Our business hours are Monday to Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 5 o'clock p.m.
Okay, enough. So now inbound outbound is working fine. Let's make a quick test for incoming rules. So I'm going to call from another number to this number that we have already, which is this 647 number. So I'm going to use a cell phone number to call this number, 647 696 0183, and I'm going to put it on speaker so you can hear that the call is coming, and I'm gonna answer the phone because it's ringing on extension 20. Hello. So you can see that it's working. Okay, hang up. So perfect. So now we have inbound and outbound rules working fine. Now what we are going to do is we're going to start adding some let's say, not gonna say fancy, but some stuff that people will need. So we're going to add an IVR. That means when somebody calls in, they're gonna get thank you for calling XYZ company, for sales press 1, for marketing press 2, stuff like that. And we're going to start doing some ring groups and command prompts and stuff like that. So let's go. First thing we need to do is we need to record a prompt, the message when somebody calls in. So for the sake of this video, I'm going to say thank you because we have only 2 extensions, and to make it simple, so we're going to say thank you for calling, it's VoIP time. For sales press 1, for support press 2, and the sales call will go into extension 20 and the support call will go to extension 21. Okay, so in order to record our own custom prompt, we go to PPX, internal options, and custom prompt. Now we can of course always upload one. There's one here I'm going to delete for now, and then we're going to record a new one, and we'll hit record new custom prompt, and we're going to use extension 20 to do that. I'm going to say main, and then I hit record. Now extension 20 is ringing.
Please speak louder to ensure a clear recording.
Hi, thank you for calling, it's VoIP time. For sales, please press 1. For support, please press 2. Thank you.
Saved. Goodbye.
Okay, so I pressed the pound key to save at the end of the recording. Now if I refresh here, I'm going to see this one. If you wanna listen to it, hit the play button and choose which extension. I'm gonna play it on extension 21 now.
Hi, thank you for calling, it's VoIP time. For sales, please press 1. For support, please press 2. Thank you.
Okay, so now we know it's okay. Now we go to call features and create a new IVR like a digital receptionist. Create. We'll call it main IVR. And dial other extension means while the IVR is playing, you can bypass everything by dialing the extension number if you know it. We're gonna make permission local, change the prompt to the one we have recorded, and we'll leave everything else the same. Then we go to keep pressing event. Now we say when you press 1 go to extension 20, and when you press 2 go to extension 21. Okay, save. Now we have a new IVR, apply changes. We need one more step. We go to PPX inbound. Now if you know at the beginning we made all calls coming to the strip trunk go to extension 20. Now we're going to change that and make it go to IVR main. Okay, perfect, and we hit save. Okay, apply. Okay, so let's try. So I'm gonna call from an external number and see what's gonna happen.
Hi, thank you for calling, it's VoIP time. For sales, please press 1. For support, please press 2.
Okay, so it looks like it's working. Let me reject. Okay, perfect. So we just gave it a try and it's working. Let's do something else now. Instead of going to a main IVR for the inbound route, we're going to change that and we're going to take it to a ring group. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new ring group by going to call features. Ring group means either phones will ring simultaneously or one after another. So let's go there, create a ring group. The members, I'm gonna call it main again. So it's gonna have all the extensions 20 and 21, and we have either an option to ring in order or to ring simultaneously. I'm gonna make it ring in order for now, so I'm going to say ring timeout just to make it quickly 6 seconds. So we see the first one, let's make it 10 and save. So that's what's going to happen. Now we can go back to our inbound and change from the IVR to a ring group. So here, ring group, and we have only one. Save. Okay, and apply changes. Okay, so let's go and test the ring group. So I'm going to go to status, active calls, and I'm going to call the main number we're having, and it's supposed to ring at extension 20 directly. So now I can see it ringing at extension 20. So the call is coming from outside extension 20. After 10 seconds, it's going to start ringing at extension 21. So now it is ringing extension 21. So that's it. Okay, so mainly that's it. I'm gonna go over some of the features quickly. Of course, you can have a conference room, so you can give it a number people will call, and they dial that conference number, and they can get in. If there is a password provided, they can key in the password. I'm gonna go of paging. So what you can do is you can create a paging group. So you can dial that number that the paging group has, and you will use the speaker phone of each phone to make either two-way intercom paging or one-way intercom paging. Call queues is for support centers mainly, where the agent has to sign in, and then after that the calls will go to the first agent, then the second one. There's a dial by name and also one key dialing. There's a DISA where you can call and then use the line of the office to make outgoing calls. Many features, callback, event list. For now, I believe that's gonna be it for this quick video. I would like to show you one last feature that was added, which is fax sending. So what you can do, which is very nice feature, you can have any external fax number, you can browse the fax and attach it here, and then boom, send the fax, and people will receive it. Of course, receiving a fax has been in the last few versions of the UCM, but this is really a nice new feature. I hope you enjoyed this video, and again, if you have more questions, you can contact us in Canada at www.lucidphone.com, and in the United States, www.itsvoiptime.com. Please make sure to go and look at our VoIP service. We have really very nice SIP trunking plans for businesses in both countries. Thank you again. This is Bashar Masad from MKN Group. Have a nice day.